I donated to the 9/11 Memorial through Michael Emerson. I do many projects with him, and I felt like giving back to the community in a way that people won't forget what happened during 9/11 2001. I think it's very important that our children and grandchildren have a place to go to remember situations that happen, good or bad, with us. And unfortunately, there's bad things that happen, and we just need to remember that through our time.
My name's Gary Pacheco with Pacheco Brothers Gardening. My brother George and I, we do these donations to Michael Emerson. We do anything to do with landscaping, the trenching, the electrical, and whatever it takes to build these things. Move sprinklers out of the way, try to help with permits if needed. But we do this out of respect. My dad was a Green Beret in the Korean War, 82nd Airborne. So we always think of my dad as we do these donations. And we're very thankful for our armed services, and we're thankful for the police department, fire department, Coast Guard, anybody that puts their selves in harm's way for all of us to be free to do what we're doing. So we just really appreciate that. So we enjoy this beautiful day and these memorials that Michael builds all over the United States. So it's kind of it's really humbling to be part of this. So with that, I want to thank you and thank all of our vets and our armed services. Thank you.
My name's Alfredo Rodriguez. My wife, Alicia Rodriguez, and I own Vintage Alley downtown Hayward. I'm part of Post 68, American Legion, Post 68, former Marine. I feel that this is a unique, honorable thing to have in our city and around us, and I think everyone needs to be more educated on our veterans and our fallen heroes as far as 9/11 and, you know, our local veterans and all veterans around the world. Perfect day for it. I just, you know, from the heart, this needs to be well, how do you say, celebrated around the whole world. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, my name's Gary Savell. I'm from Hayward, California, and we're here to dedicate this nice, awesome memorial here for the 9/11 that Michael Emerson's put together.
Hello, I'm Nick Emerson. I'm the son of Michael Emerson, the builder and coordinator of the 9/11 memorial we have here. And I think it's a great memorial that we have here because, you know, a lot of people my age, you know, we don't remember 9/11 and we don't know how much of a tragedy it was. So I think it's great to just remind us of, you know, how bad it was and to just remember the people that died.
Hi, my name is Mary Greenlee, and I am Michael Emerson's girlfriend, and I'm here today for the dedication of this beautiful memorial that he has built. I mean, it came out quite amazing. It's just absolutely beautiful, everything that he's done. He takes quite pride in what he does. He's done several others. He did the Flight 93 Memorial in Union City, along with the Castro Valley Veterans Memorial and others throughout the country. But locally, this one turned out quite nice. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
My name is Keith Barros. I'm here today because I've been given the honor to sing the national anthem at the beginning of this ceremony. And I'm very honored, as I say. This is a wonderful event, not just for the city of Hayward, but for the whole area. And that we're commemorating many of our fallen heroes, and I'm extremely proud to be a part of it. And I would have come anyway, even if I had not been asked to sing. But again, it's quite an honor, and I hope that this will be seen by many people.
Hi, this is Bob Wykowski here at the 9/11 Memorial Inauguration in Hayward, California. Very moving set of granite and display and courtyard that they have here. You know, I think of art as a way that whispers at you. Sometimes it doesn't have to be so loud and abrupt, but it creeps up on you. And when you're at memorials like the one that we're going to be dedicating here in Hayward, it really speaks to you and gives folks a little inner peace. And I'm delighted to be part of the ceremony.
Welcome to you all on this beautiful day. Please help yourself to our donated water. I am your Master of Ceremonies, Michael Emerson. A resident of Hayward, I am the founder, designer, and build manager of this memorial. I am also a proud Marine Corps veteran who served for 10 years, including during the first Gulf Desert Storm. Memorial Day is extremely important to our country. I believe it is very appropriate that we dedicate this memorial on Memorial Day. Memorial Day started 150 years ago today, on this exact date in Waterloo, New York. Memorial Day is a special day that we should all stop and make the effort to remember and honor all of the fallen who have given their lives for our country. We should all regard doing so as a civic obligation for their sacrifice. Memorial Day is not a day for picnics, barbecues, and the beach, but to remember and honor our fallen. That is why dedicating this memorial, which honors the 9/11 heroes, the 164 Hayward citizens who were killed in action, and the Hayward police and firefighters who also died in the line of duty, is appropriate on this day. Thank you all for being here. Posting of the colors and city flag will be happening at this time. AMVETS, American Legion, VFW Honor Guards, post the colors. If you would, please stand.
Right, knee, forward, forward. Left, left, right, left, 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 right. Mark side, forward. Detail, forward. Left, peace. Push.
And salute.
Left, peace. Forward, forward. Left, 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 right.
At this time, I'm going to invite Ed Castillo, who is the district commander for District 10 for the American Legion and also Post 68 here in Hayward, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And salute.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to get our singer. We have the singing of the national anthem with the East Bay Scouts Band, Venture Crew 224, sung by Keith Barrows. And salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
you. Please remain standing. At this time, I'd like to invite firefighter LaShawn Ernest up to the podium. Firefighter LaShawn Ernest is the current Chamber of Commerce Firefighter of the Year recipient, a nomination he received from his peers. He has been a member of the Hayward Fire Department for 11 years and participates in many community outreach programs.
Thanks. Good afternoon. Very honored and humbled to be here today, give the invocation. My name is LaShawn Ernest. I'm a firefighter with the Hayward Fire Department, a very proud organization. I think it's important to distinguish Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Many people confuse the difference. While both honor our military personnel, Memorial Day, established in the 1860s, remembers the men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. Veterans Day honors the service of all U.S. military veterans. Today, May 30th, 2016, we are here to honor the greatest military personnel in history. Historically, this honor was reserved for our male soldiers. In recent history, and especially today, we honor the many women who serve and stand shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts to serve America proudly. Our female veterans have contributed significantly to defend our country from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. The men and women that we honor today serve valiantly in our armed forces and gave their lives as ultimate sacrifice for freedom and democracy. They understood that freedom isn't free. They understood that they were fighting for something bigger than themselves. They were fighting for the greatest country in the world. Yeah. Their commitment to freedom and democracy was again displayed on Tuesday, September 11, 2001, where 55 military personnel stationed at the Pentagon gave their lives in the deadliest terrorist attack this country's ever seen. It should also be mentioned that many firefighters, police officers, emergency medical personnel serve in the military and currently serve in the military. During the 9/11 attacks, there were a total of 2,996 lives that were lost. Of those, there were 343 firefighters, 60 police officers, and 8 emergency medical technicians. They made the ultimate sacrifice. Surrounding you today are firefighters, police officers, EMTs that have embraced the legacy passed down by their predecessors. So shouldn't we honor them by giving them a round of applause? Today we honor the brave men and women of the armed forces that gave their lives so that you and I can live in a nation where democracy, personal liberties, and freedom reign. We owe them to always remember their sacrifices, the sacrifices of their families, and to continue honoring those still serving to protect our way of life. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a quote from one of our most recognized presidents in the world history. While giving his famous Gettysburg Address, President Abraham Lincoln said, and I quote, "that from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." Thank you for being here today, and may God bless America.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. At this time, I'm going to go down the list of a few people and organizations that are here. I'd like to ask, so we can speed things up, that you wait for the applause to the end, and I'll just go down the list. First of all, the City of Hayward City Council, Mayor Barbara Holliday. If you would, when I recognize you, please raise your hand. Mayor Pro Tem Al Mendel. City Council members Sarah Lamlin, Elisa Marquez, Marvin Peixoto, and Francisco Zermeo. Also, we should have past Mayor Michael Sweeney here, who actually helped to start this memorial. Thank you. Also, we have the City of Hayward Police, Police Chief Diane Urban, and all of the police in attendance. Thank you for being here. The families of the 5 fallen listed on the memorial. The Hayward firefighters, Fire Chief Garrett Contreras, and all of the firefighters in attendance, and the family of the firefighter listed on the memorial. All the other city Hayward staff and employees, and also local politicians such as State Senator Bob Wachowski, District 10, State Assemblyman Bill Quirk, District 20, BART Director and Army Retired Colonel John McPartland, Union City Council Member Jim Navarro representing Union City. Also, we have Michael Lawson, City Attorney, which was a very important part of this memorial. He and I worked out the original agreement. Thank you, Michael. I don't think this would have been done without him. And also we have Stan Dobbs, Superintendent and CEO of Hayward Unified School District. And we also have the American Legion, Sons of the Legion, Post 68. In addition, we also have the 9/11 families. We have Carol and Bill Heinrich. Carol is the sister of Jason Dahl, the captain of United Airlines Flight 93. We also have Ezerine Smith and Sandra Jameson, mother and sister of Flight Attendant Wanda Green of United Flight 93. Thank you for being here. We also have 164 Hayward KIAs listed on this memorial. Those of you that might already know this, please bear with me. But when you have somebody that's been killed in action, your family becomes a Gold Star family. Gold Star mother, Gold Star father, brother, child, son, sister, etc. So we also have 164 KIA names listed here on the memorial of Hayward KIAs from the Spanish-American War to the present. And if we have any of those Gold Star families that have a loved one listed, I'd like you to please raise your hand. Do we have any other Gold Star family members? We'd also like you to also raise your hand. At this time, being a Marine Corps veteran, I'd like to have all of my veterans raise your hand. Hoorah. Thank you for being here. Hey, wait. I expect the applause to be the next county to hear it, but just wait. We also have the Disabled American Veterans State and District Commander here. Thank you for coming. Also, our major sponsors and financial donors, which are listed on the back of your program, and we'll list them later. Also, all of you that are here that were brick donors, we thank you very much. And also, we have our bench sponsors and donors. Again, we'll list them later. Now you can applaud. Thank you so much to all of you. I also like to mention that we received a letter from the President George W. Bush from his offices congratulating us on the memorial. And we also received a nice letter from U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer. At this time, I'd like to speak and mention our speakers. Our next speaker is Mayor Barbara Halliday for the City Council in the City of Hayward. Mayor Halliday was elected mayor 2 years ago after serving 10 years on the Hayward City Council and 14 years on city commissions prior to her first election to the council in 2004. She has been active in the community and as an advocate for children and youth has worked hard as mayor to keep Hayward safe, clean, green, and thriving. And she's been really wonderful to work with on this memorial. Mayor Barbara Halliday.
I'll have to hold it. One of the best parts of being mayor is it's my job to thank people, and it's a really fun thing to do, thank people. And so we have a lot of people to thank for this today. Mr. Emerson has already mentioned some people, but just want to, once again, on behalf of the City of Hayward, thank all of the donors who donated to make this possible. And I want to especially thank the people on our city staff who worked with Mr. Emerson for the past, I guess it's been 3 years, more than 3 years now, including all of the members of our city council who were just mentioned, as well as council member Greg Jones. He isn't able to be with us today, he's traveling, but And also, I'd have to recognize our former mayor, Michael Sweeney, and former council member, Mark Salinas, who also participated in some of the planning. Members of our city staff, starting with our city manager, Fran David, who I believe is here today, and her assistant city manager, Kelly McAdoo, several people up in our mayor council office, including John Stefanski, Angel Groves, and Colleen Kamai, who dealt with a lot of things over this. Our city attorney did a lot of work. Our council member Al Mendel, were you mentioned earlier? I hadn't seen you, but yes, okay. Mayor Pro Tem. Anyway, I just saw him over there. City Attorney Michael Lawson did a lot of work on this, and also our Development Services Director David Risk, Public Works Director Murad Fakrai, and I think our police and police and fire chief who have been introduced, and many other people on the city staff. So I thank all of them. And finally, there is one person who is really, I would have to say, was and is the driving force behind this memorial. You have met him. He is our MC today. And, oh, Michael, could you get that thing that's right over there for me, please? Yes, thank you. Okay. Michael. I think there were a lot of us who thought this day would never come, and but it did. It is as beautiful as we could have hoped, and we would not have this were it not for the hard work of this man sitting next to me, Michael Emerson. And so we have prepared a proclamation for you today, and I would like to read it. Whereas local resident Michael L. Emerson found a constructive outlet for his anger, confusion, and grief over the events of September 11th, 2001, by turning his emotions and his passion into developing public memorials to preserve and honor the memory of those who responded and fell on that day. And whereas Mr. Emerson, a U.S. Marine Corps Desert Storm veteran, has now been involved with many successful memorials, leading and or participating on the development of the Flight 93 Memorial in Union City, the Veterans Memorial in Castro Valley, the Cold War National Memorial in Las Vegas, the American Veterans Disabled for Life Memorial in Washington, D.C., and the Flight 93 National Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And whereas in 2013, Mr. Emerson approached the city of Hayward to partner with him to build, design, and construct the Hayward Fallen Heroes Memorial, where we are right now, and whereas the memorial, built on ground donated by the city of Hayward, features a series of 4 sculpted granite monoliths representing each of the planes involved in the 9/11 attacks, and expands the community's gratitude and remembrance to include not only those lost in the horrific 2001 attacks, but also the Hayward police and fire personnel who have fallen in the line of duty throughout the city's history, and those from our community who died or went missing while fighting for their country overseas. And what better day to dedicate this memorial than Memorial Day? Whereas Mr. Emerson's commitment to and appreciation for those that serve this country, defend our freedoms, and protect our community are unwavering and an exceptional beacon in today's world. And whereas today, Monday, May 30th, 2016, the city of Hayward officially dedicates its newest memorial, pays long-lasting tribute to our fallen heroes, and expresses deep and abiding appreciation to all who serve and protect throughout the world. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hayward City Council does hereby commend Michael L. Emerson for his passion, vision, relentless drive, and exceptional enthusiasm in bringing this memorial into a reality, and expresses its sincerest appreciation and gratitude for his valued contributions to designing and building the Hayward Fallen Heroes Memorial.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Are you done with your speech? All right, thank you. I'm going to put this in the front. Thank you very much. Wow, that was really cool. Thank you. Unexpected. I appreciate it. By the way, I was going to also thank everybody else that's on that list too. You kind of stole a little bit my thunder. I had it later on. But again, thank you, Fran. Thank you, Mark, everyone, David, everyone, and also John Stefanski, who actually was my contact. He wasn't able to make it here today, but he was my main contact with the city, and he was an excellent person to work with. So let me put this back here. I'd like to now introduce State Senator Bob Wachowski. Senator Bob Wachowski represents the 10th District of the California State Senate, encompassing South Alameda County and Northern Santa Clara County. Senator Wachowski serves as chairman of the Environmental Quality Committee. He is also a member of the state committees on business, professions, and economic development, insurance, judiciary, transportation, and housing. Busy. He was appointed by Senate President Pro Tem Kevin De Leon to serve, to serve on the Energy and Environmental Committee of the Council of State Governments West. He also previously served 2 terms in the State Assembly and was Vice Mayor of the City of Fremont. State Senator Bob Wachowski.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for taking the time out to come to this dedication. It's truly an honor for me to address you here at the Fallen Heroes Memorial, Hayward's newest memorial. And I'd like to also join that choir of thanks to Michael Emerson, the founder, the designer, and the members of your committee that helped put together this. As we've mentioned, a memorial like this or any big civic project doesn't get done on its own. We need somebody to push like Michael, but the mayor and your city council, congratulations to you, and city staff, from the city manager and the city attorney down the line. This is a wonderful addition to the texture of downtown Hayward. It's also fitting to do the celebration today on Memorial Day, where we have a chance to remember those who have lost their lives, ordinary men and women who became soldiers and who, as President Lincoln said, had that last full measure of devotion to their country when they made the ultimate sacrifice. And all fallen heroes, the Hayward fallen heroes, also gave their lives so that we can enjoy the liberties and the freedoms that we do today. As I was walking through the monument in back of me, it's really beautiful because it not only provides us with a place to reflect on our local veterans who've died providing their service to the country, but also the memory of the 3,000 people that were killed on those attacks at 9/11 in 2001. And as we know, many of them were from the Bay Area. And in addition, when you reflect on that, you have an opportunity to reflect on Hayward's fallen heroes, the people who were killed in the line of duty, that they're serving our city. All the fallen share something in common. We're loved ones. They have sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, and mothers and fathers who make up, the fabric of our nation and the Hayward community. They represent that American spirit of hard work and sacrifice, dedication and service, giving and selflessness, loyalty and patriotism, and individual liberty and freedom. Now, the origins of Memorial Day, there's about 4 or 5 cities that claim the origin. We know General Logan made the dedication in 1968. I was reading in Time magazine, an older edition, about Charleston, South Carolina, where a group of slaves, it was a racetrack, the horse racing track, that was turned into a Confederate prison. And there were 250 Union soldiers that lost their lives, and they made a mass grave there. And in April of 1865, these former slaves went over there and opened up the mass grave and buried each and every one of the soldiers who fought for them individually. And they didn't know it was a respectful thing to do, but it captures the spirit that we have today and will have every day when we remember the people who gave their life for us. It's that commitment and that American spirit that's alive here in Hayward at our dedication. So let us just remember to make a commitment to care for our veterans here, the people who are still serving, and our first responders, and our fellow citizens who work hard every day to make Hayward and our community great. You know, as a member of the legislature with my friend Bill Quirk, we enacted the California Wounded Warriors Transition Leave Act. And this law permits state employees who are military veterans with service-connected disabilities to receive an additional 96 hours of sick leave for their health care benefits. We also extended the existing employment and re-employment protections to members of the National Guards of other states when they must leave positions of private employment within California due to having been called up by another state's National Guard, the governor of that state, or by the President of the United States to serve. And we've supported legislation that requires every board under the Department of Consumer Affairs to grant a waiver for the application and the initial licensing of fees for somebody who gets a license who was honorably discharged as one of our veterans. The department oversees 39 different licensing programs in nearly 200 professional categories. So let me thank once again Michael and the committee for inviting me here to join you on this celebration, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you in the California State Legislature. I salute each and every one of you for the service and wish you a wonderful Memorial Day. And I have with me, with that said, not such a fancy proclamation that the city has, but a certificate of commendation by the State Senate for the state of California. Congratulations to the Memorial Committee.
Thank you, sir. You ready to go? He's ready. I guess it's a process of elimination, right? We have our State Assemblyman, Bill Quirk. Bill Quirk is the Assembly member for the 20th District, which consists of Hayward, Union City, North Fremont, and most of the unincorporated parts of Alameda County, including Castro Valley, San Leandro, Fairview, and many other areas. Bill worked for 26 years at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in the defense of our nation. He was the U.S. expert on foreign nuclear weapons programs, consulting with the CIA, NSA, DIA, and other intelligence agencies to brief the military, State Department and Office of the President, and other departments on threats of our national security. He was elected to the State California Assembly in 2012, and since then has worked on energy, climate change, education, and public safety issues. State Assemblyman Bill Quirk.
Thank you, Michael, and thanks for bringing this all together today, and I think for many days to come. I'd like everyone here to think back 15 years. There are a few who are too young, but for most of you, think back 15 years. 9/11 is one of those days in your life that you'll never forget. 9/11 is a day when you remember. You remember when you first heard that the Twin Towers had been struck by an airplane. You remember when there was a second airplane strike. Remember, that's when people said, this is not just a crazy accident, this is terrorism. I was at a meeting with the CIA, DIA, NSA, and one of our members spoke up and said, Bin Laden. When did you realize that this was truly an act of terrorism? Then, 9:37 a.m. Most of us didn't realize why the plane went down. We found out later that there were heroes on there who did not want to have their plane going into a target in Washington, D.C., which may well have been the White House or the Congressional Building. And this is all just too much to remember for me, because when the plane hit the Pentagon, I lost friends. And many of us knew people in the Pentagon because we'd worked with them, briefing the military on threats to our country. So that's where I was in 9/11. Think carefully where you were as we get together here to memorialize those who were victims that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Now it's my turn. As I mentioned, I'm Michael Emerson. I'm honored to be the founder, designer, and the build manager of the memorial. This is my 11th memorial that I've built around the country. Some of them were mentioned previously, so I won't go over them again. But the very first one is the one that really got me. That was the Flight 93 Memorial. That's it, right down the street in Union City behind Union Lane Shopping Center. From there, all the other memorials kind of grew because organizations, people, the Flight 93 families, they asked me to help to build the National Memorial and other memorials around the country, and I was honored to do so. And then the city of Hayward said, hey, you live in Hayward, you got to build one for us. So I said, okay. And here we are today, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm proud to have them do that. As some of you know, I also design and do all this work for free. It's 100%. I don't get paid at all for any of the work that I do, the design, the labor, the effort, everything. It's just something that I feel I want to do. I think that in our world, we should leave our world a better place than we came into it, and that's my goal, to leave something back that is better than myself for my future and my family. But the famous line is, no man is an island. I may be the leader who steers the project, but it's people like project manager and board of director Larry Lepore, general contractor Brian Morrison, board of director Dennis Waspy, and board of director Mary Greenlee. If you would, I would like you to stand if you are here. These guys supported me from the very beginning. And by the way, Mary Greenlee's my girlfriend too. Thanks, babe. Also, Barbara kind of helped me out here. The support of the city and all the staff and everyone that Barbara had mentioned. I want to thank all of you, because this would not have happened without the city's support and the staff and the employees. So thank you. In addition to that, we have our major donors. Each of these benches, as you can see, are sponsored for various branches of the service, but these were each individually donated $5,000 per bench to pay for this memorial. The American veterans known as AMVETS was donated by Ross Bigler. Ross, raise your hand. He's here today. Thank you, Ross. The POW MIA Army bench was donated by Army veteran Paul Gravel. There's Paul right over there. Thanks, Paul. Vietnam veteran. Veterans of Foreign Wars was donated by VFW Post 1537 in Tracy, California. The American Legion bench was donated by Marine Corps veteran Alfredo Rodriguez and his wife Alicia. The Marine Corps League bench was donated by Rick Felsen, who is a local businessman. Thank you, Rick. Are you here today? We also have our Disabled American Veterans bench, which was donated by Marine Corps veteran Corbett Ray and his wife Betty. Now, Corbett is a Korea War veteran who lost his arm at the Frozen Chosen and worked for the DAV for 30 years, and he's a really great guy. So, thank you. Also, to try to keep things brief, I'd like you all to please look at the back of your programs. And you can see all these people, all these organizations that donated granite, that donated a flagpole, helped with electricity, landscaping. You can see all of them there. And you know who you are. And again, without you, this memorial would not have been built. And then we also have our financial donors. Those are donors that donated $1,000 or more. And again, I thank you so much. This would not have happened, we would not have been able to build it without your support. So thank you. Okay, now for my speech. People ask me why build a 9/11 memorial in Hayward. I respond with, why not? 9/11 affected all of us in one way or the other, in every city, town, and village. I see 9/11 as our generation's Pearl Harbor. The terrorist attacks on 9/11 changed America and the world. It was not just an attack on the USA, it was an attack against all of the civilized world. Many of Hayward's residents have fought in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars because of 9/11. Some of them were killed in action, and their names are now listed forever on this memorial. We built this memorial to honor and remember the fallen victims and heroes of 9/11. In addition, this memorial respectfully lists the names of 164 of Hayward's killed in action veterans, starting from the Spanish-American War to the present. The veterans listed on the back of the Pentagon's black monolith includes each hero's name, branch of service, and the conflict they died in. Also listed on the left and right side of the memorial's red center stone are Hayward's first responders, both firefighters and police, who have died in the line of duty protecting and serving the citizens of Hayward from September 1929 to as recently as 22 July 2015, when Sergeant Scott Lunger was killed in the line of duty. On one of the worst days in America's history, we saw some of the bravest acts in our history. September 11, 2001 is the day the United States awoke to the real dangers of terrorism. It brought out the best in us, unifying us as a country and reminding us of what we really stand for: freedom, liberty, and respect for human life that will always win over evil and terror. The heroes of 9/11 will forever be part of our American and world history. We are the example, or they are the example, for every future hero to admire, to copy, and to aspire to be. When the terrorists attacked the Twin Towers in New York and also the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., they broke through and damaged the walls of the buildings, but they could not break the resolve and spirit of the American people. In the days after 9/11, America renewed our commitment to the principles of religious, political, and economic freedom. From our heartbreak and anger, the American people rose up as a nation to fight back against our enemies. Future generations will see that the citizens and military of the U.S. met the challenges of 9/11 with a courageous belief in freedom, liberty, and respect for human life that will always win over evil and terror. With steel resolve, America brought the fight to the terrorists with devastating force, meting out justice to those who create terror and those who finance and harbor them. We will always honor and remember the heroes of 9/11, and we as a nation will forever remain true to our commitment to democracy and freedom. This memorial was built to remember and honor all of the brave men and women who perished on 9/11. We are also honoring military veterans and first responders who, knowingly and without hesitation, put themselves at risk and in so doing often sacrificed their lives for their fellow man. There can be no greater gift or sacrifice. Our debt to all of these heroes is without measure. It is my hope as the designer and builder of this memorial that this memorial will stand for centuries as a reminder for future generations to remain true to our commitment to democracy and freedom, and so that they and we will never forget our heroes. Thank you. Getting close to the end here. By the way, my next project is going to be a Gold Star Families Memorial Monument that I'm planning on working on and building here in Hayward. I'm currently working with HARD, and once HARD gives me permission, I'll be coming back to the city of Hayward. and seeing if we can build a Gold Star Memorial here in Hayward to honor Gold Star families. So hopefully you guys will support that too. See the website and see me afterwards. At this time, I'd like to introduce Bruce Roberts, who is our City of Hayward Post Laureate. Bruce Roberts was born in Hayward and is a retired middle school teacher of English and history. Married to his wife, Kathy, for 46 years, they have 3 sons, 3 daughters-in-law, and 4 granddaughters, of whom he is very proud. He has enjoyed writing poetry on and off for years now, and last year was named Hayward's first Post Laureate. He appreciates the honor and enjoys encouraging literacy in Hayward in every way possible. Bruce Roberts reading his poem, Flight.
As Hayward's first Poet Laureate, I really appreciate being included in the dedication of this beautiful ceremony. It will be here to honor veterans and victims and heroes for years to come. Title of my poem is Flight. The miracle, Wright brothers' wizardry, taking man to the skies, views and travels miraculous, upstaging the birds, clouds from above. To watch a plane go over can bring joy, wonder. Where has it been? Where is it going? Who's on board? What tales can they tell? When that plane, however, heads right for you, airborne evil, silvery disaster, a monstrous bullet with wings, the thrill implodes, and you dive for cover non-existent, and the dream of life for you and thousands of others comes to a fiery end. 9/11 gave many Americans the long sleep, closed their book, ended their tale, awakening the rest to a nightmare, to a danger unanticipated from our world complex. With this memorial, let Hayward then honor victims and heroes alike, far, far into the future, until peace prevails and 9/11 is just a distant bit of history. Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you very much. As you may have noticed, there's a lot of bricks on this memorial, and we'd like to invite all of you that have not already donated to donate for a brick. A maintenance fund is needed to maintain this memorial, and if you'd like to purchase a brick, we actually have a table over here to my right that you can go ahead and order one today. And you can also go online, and also the City of Hayward will be accepting orders. We also will have flyers that you can pick up if you can't pay for it now. You can just come and get one and take it with you when you go home. It's $150 for a large brick, and it's $100 for a smaller brick, and it is a 501c3, so it is completely tax deductible. Also, we're going to be starting an organization called Friends of the Hayward 9/11 Memorial. It's an organization to help to keep the memorial polished and the grounds clean. Please see me after the dedication or contact me later if you'd like to volunteer. At this time, I'd like to invite the singing of the America the Beautiful by the East Bay Scouts Band Venture Crew 224, sung by Jeannie O'Brien.
Please feel free to join me if you'd like.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, guide
You know, if I could sing like that, I don't think I would talk. I would just sing all the time. Hello, how are you? Seriously, what a great voice. At this time, I'd like to introduce, for the benediction of our benediction prayer, Hayward Police Department Chaplain Sue Kuipers. Sue Kuipers is the chaplain for the Hayward Police Department. Her father, Robert Reed, was a veteran of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. After retiring from the U.S. Navy, he joined the Hayward Police Department as a community service officer, where he served as a jailer. He was killed in the line of duty on June 30th, 1974. His name is included on this memorial.
Let's pray together. God of our fathers, whose almighty hand has protected our nation, secured our liberties, and blessed our people, on this sacred ground, we bow in humble gratitude for the gifts of freedom, of life, and of the service of others. Eternal God, we commend to you the lives represented here at this memorial, some known to us, some known to strangers, but all known to you. Loving Father of us all, we ask you to console and strengthen all those who have mourned the loss of comrades, friends, and loved ones. May we always respect the calling you have placed on our lives to be living memorials which honor all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice and whose souls we entrust to your eternal care. May your strength sustain us. May your power preserve us. May your strong and mighty hands protect us. And may your Spirit fill us with your peace today and every day of our lives. Amen.
Thank you very much. And how about a round of applause for her father? It's rare that we have a connection that's so close, so it's amazing. At this time, I'd like to ask, let me see here. It looks like I missed the whole section. We are going to now raise the flag. This flag was donated to us by Congressman Eric Swalwell. His associate is here today. And this flag was flown over the U.S. Capitol on April the 11th of this year. So if you could, please, honor guard, please bring the flag. Sorry for putting that in the wrong order. We got it done. So at this time, we'd like to go ahead and have the
Boy Scouts play taps for us. And if you would, please stand. You may be seated.
So quickly, I'd like to again thank everyone for attending this dedication. Hayward City Council staff, police, firefighters, the lawn, street, and facilities crew, the citizens of Hayward, the citizens of the community, all the dignitaries, the speakers, the veterans, the Gold Star and Blue Star families, all the generous sponsors and donors. Lucky Save Mart for the water. Please take some water when you go. Quick Printing Center for the discount on the programs. Steve of Video Unlimited, who's doing our video. The singers Keith Barrows and Jeannie O'Brien. Ray Ansick and Jeanette Williams for bringing their USA POW Corvette. John and Teresa Milam for bringing the patriotic Humvee. The firefighters for bringing their vehicles. Also, the Sea Cadets, Hayward Boy Scouts Troop 801, Music Director Joe Ayers and the East Bay Scouts Band Venture Crew 224, AMVETS, American Legion, and VFW Honor Guards, and everyone else for attending. In closing this dedication, I would like to read you a poem by Emily Toma, which I think is appropriate on this Memorial Day. Remember those who served before. Remember those who are no more. Remember those who serve today. Remember them as we eat and play. Remember our protectors who are not home today. Remember them on Memorial Day. Thank you all for attending, and please never forget. Now, I'd like all of you to stay seated. Steve is going to take his camera and he's going to go along and he's going to show everybody in attendance so we can put it on the video. So just stay there for a second. Steve, go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you again for being here. Part of history. Say hi. That's not the American.
Hi, I'm Samantha Cawthorn with the Navy Sea Cadets, and I'm just here helping out, setting up and directing where to go. I've already done 2 memorial services today, and all of them have been beautiful, especially this one. Thank you.
I'm Chloe Lujan. I'm also with the Naval Sea Cadets. I'm here for Memorial Day, obviously, and everything today has been really beautiful, and I'm really glad that I got to get this experience.
Hi, my name is Mason Farney. I am also in the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets. I've just started Sea Cadets, and I'm here for Memorial Day, obviously. And it's been a fun experience for me, and I love cadets.
Hi, I'm Larry Lepore, and I was on the board for the development and construction of this Hayward 9/11 Memorial and Veterans Memorial. I first got involved with Michael Emerson on the Castro Valley Veterans Memorial when at the time I was working for the Hayward Area Recreation and Park District. And when Michael's vision came forward, he asked me to be on the board for the construction of the Hayward 9/11 Memorial, which I eagerly accepted the responsibility. I've lived in Hayward since 1960, so almost almost 60 years here in Hayward, and I felt strongly that Hayward needed to have a 9/11 memorial after what occurred in 2001. And so I volunteered my time and my expertise for the construction. Not only was I on the board, but I also led the project management of this with my experience, as well as doing a major portion of the electrical service for the construction. So it's a proud day today on the dedication here of Memorial Day 2016, and Hayward now has a memorial it can be proud of moving forward for years to come. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Dennis Waspy, and I'm a friend of Michael Emerson. I've known Michael for about 5 or 6 years now, and when I had the opportunity to get involved with Michael's project here, I was excited to join his board of directors and help him in his dream. I had first worked with Michael when he came to the Hayward Area Recreation Park District Board of Directors, of which I was a member, and proposed his Veterans Memorial in Castro Valley. At first I thought it was a very difficult task that would be very hard administratively, financially, but Michael proved that he could do everything. He's the dreamer, the visionary, the worker, the fundraiser. He just did an excellent job, and when that project was completed and done, and an incredible asset to the community, when he came and asked me to be a part of and to help him out do this memorial here, I was totally glad to do it. It was my pleasure to work with Michael. I knew it would be perfect. I knew it would turn out just like it did today, and I know it will be a great thing for the Hayward community and for all of the fallen heroes that we're honoring today and in perpetuity and forever.
Bill Quirk, Assembly Member, 20th District, including Hayward, Union City, North Fremont, Castro Valley, San Lorenzo, Ashland, Cherryland, Fairview, Sunol. I was privileged to be here today, and I'm particularly I wanted to remember the people who died at the Pentagon. I lost friends that day. I'd worked with the military for many years, briefing them on foreign nuclear weapons programs, briefing people on how to defuse nuclear weapons should they ever have a terrorist nuclear weapon or were taking nuclear weapons from a foreign country. This is what I wanted people to remember today. Where were they on 9/11? Where were they when the first plane hit? Where were they when they saw the second plane hit and we realized it must be terrorism? Where were they when the Pentagon had a plane go into it? And where were they when the brave people brought down the plane that could have hit either our Capitol or the White House? Those were brave, brave people. And I want to remember all of those who lost their lives on 9/11. Thank you.
I'm Barbara Halliday, Mayor of the City of Hayward, and a very proud mayor today here at this wonderful event to dedicate this beautiful memorial, which has been in the planning state for 3 years now. And I think that a lot of us thought this day might never come. As you can imagine, with any project like this, we had some setbacks along the way, but here it is. And what a great day to dedicate it on Memorial Day, so that we have a place to remember our own fallen heroes, as well as all of those who died, and the heroes that saved many people on 9/11. I think that it is wonderful that we have this place to come, though, and remember our own fallen heroes. And during the planning of this memorial, we didn't know how important it was going to be for us. It had been a long time since we had lost a public safety servant in our city, either in the fire or police departments, but sadly, just last summer, within the past year, we lost Sergeant Scott Lunger, and so it really motivated us to get this memorial finished and know that we would have a place where we would be permanently honoring him and the others before him who have fallen in the line of duty. So I hope that this is a place that becomes a place that people gather and come to remember in the future, remember those they knew and even those they didn't know who gave their lives to protect our nation and our community.
Hi, my name is Sandra Jamerson, and I'm the twin sister to Wanda A. Green, who died on Flight 93, September 11, 2001. I'm here in Hayward at the new dedication for the 9/11 Memorial, and what an honor this is to recognize all the heroes, plus all of the victims that died in 9/11. What a great accomplishment, a great place to come and reflect on our loved ones. She will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Hi there, this is Michael Emerson, the founder, designer, and build manager of the Hayward 9/11 Memorial. It was dedicated today on Monday, the 30th of May, 2016 at 1 p.m. And it was an honor to do it, and it's an honor to be part of this community. This memorial is not only reminding us of 9/11 and the heroes of 9/11, but also of first responders that died for the city of Hayward, and also 164 KIA names also from the city of Hayward, from the Spanish-American War to the present. So I thank you very much for being here, and it's been my honor to build this memorial.